Y'all, I was about to put on some chapstick before my recording. Why do I need this much to record a video? And I'm telling you guys, I layer at least 4 of these. She's juicy. Like, is layering these even doing anything? I don't know. Anyways, I am coming on here for my top tips for beginners if you are wanting to start your health journey. If 2024 is your year, we say that every year, but this year's really your year. I believe in you. So I just wanted to give you guys my tips, especially as a beginner, because I know it can be really overwhelming. Like, where do I start? There's so much on the internet, so much that's contradicting each other. It's like, do I eat veggies? Do I not eat veggies? Is fruit good? You guys, I'm just gonna give you guys the beginner tips to get you started on a roll, and hopefully this can help you make a lifestyle change. So let's get right into the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that like button, comment your favorite part, and get your notes out, y'all, because this is gonna be a lot. So number one thing I wanna get out the way, your diet, your nutrition is everything. Like, maybe not everything, but it's so important. Like, if you are working out all the time, you're going to the sauna, you're drinking water, you're going on your morning walk, you're doing all the things, but if you eating bad, it's literally just erasing all the work you're putting in. Like, literally, you can spend hours in the gym, you go home and you're just eating junk food, you just waste all that gym, you didn't even need to do that. And I used to be that way. I'd work out like crazy, but I'd just eat whatever. I'd eat so much food, and I was never seeing any results because I wasn't eating the right foods and I was overdoing it. So that's number one thing, we need to focus on nutrition. The easiest thing to think about when you're thinking of what you should eat, how you should eat, is think of, can I get this off of a farm? The goal is to eat real whole foods that are not processed, not chemically processed, not a bunch of additives, sugar, alcohols, all these things that you find a lot of these additives in diet foods, which is very ironic. It's like, yes, they're less calories. Don't always opt for the food that just has less calories, because most of the time it has these additives in it. And in the end of all that, it's messing with your hormones, and your hormones play a big part in your weight. It's messing with gut, it's messing with your energy, it's messing with your blood sugar spikes, your cortisol, it's messing with so much. And some things are added to make you crave more, so you're gonna end up eating more anyway. And usually those diet foods are not fulfilling your macro and micronutrient needs, which is what keeps you full. It's just biting you back. Look at the nutrition label, look at the ingredients over the numbers. If it's mainly recognizable things, whole food things, that's number one. That's a great thing. Keep it minimal. If it's like a whole short story of ingredients, it usually has something added to it. If you see anything that says gums on it, xanthan gum or maltodextrin, anything that says chemically processed, high fructose high fructose corn sugar, like all those things you want to avoid at all costs. Added sugars, we don't really want added sugars unless it's from a natural source like honey or maple syrup. So just pay attention to ingredients over everything. If you are struggling with that, I would really recommend using the app Yuka or Bobby Approved. I love to use those. Even on body products or home products, you can just scan it and it'll tell you if it's good for you or if you should avoid it or keep it moderate. So if you're in the beginning steps, and you don't really know what ingredients to avoid, I would just use that app. And time goes by, just listen to podcasts, do your research, and just practice. Just practice. Start looking at labels more and more, and you'll start to be able to recognize right away, oh, this is not good. For the first like 6 months, I wasn't that great at it, but now I can look at it and be like, nope, yep, nope, yep, like so. My next thing is to cook 90% of your meals. If you can cook all the time, but that's not always realistic, but cooking your meals will save your nutrition sustenance. First off, you're able to control what is going in your food. When we're at a restaurant, we're always eating out, we don't know what's going on back there. And you have to think, they just want us to come back. They want their food to taste good and for us to come back because they want our money because we're the consumer. So they're not always thinking about our health. Unless you're going to like Erewhon or some organic place that believes in health as well. When you're cooking your meals, number one, you're eating healthier. If you're making a good choice, cook healthy meals that taste good, you know? You're eating better. You're learning how to cook. Essential life skill. Come on, y'all. We can't be grown not knowing how to cook. And it's really hard to not know how to cook. Like, it's literally just following directions. I don't even know what people mean when they say they can't cook. That can be a different conversation where I'm like, I feel like everyone can cook. It's just reading directions. But anyways, it's just great overall. And it's like, it's a great way to bond with your friends, with your friendships, with your relationships. Cook meals together. That's such a great way of bonding. And it's a life essential skill. It's gonna be good for your goals. So definitely cook more. And I just wanna put this out there. Bad eating is arguably the leading cause of death, diabetes, all the things. Like the statistics that I've been researching is insane. The amount of obesity we have, diabetes, the chronic health issues, like it's just rising. And it's like a lot of it derives just back to our lifestyle habits and how we eat. So we really gotta fix that. I made a video about not waiting till extremes. You don't wanna wait until you're in the hospital on your deathbed to make a change in how you eat, to make a change in your lifestyle, because now you can't even move. We don't want that. Next, arguably, this might be even more important than nutrition, is your sleep. Actually, I think sleep is number one. If you take anything from this video, prioritize sleep. If your sleep is not right, you're hindering your success. You're doing all your workouts, you're doing all your eating, you're doing your great eating, but it's like if you're not getting your proper rest and your recovery time, if your digestion to go on and your cells and everything to metabolize, you're hindering yourself. I know there's been like this narrative in the world, and I've fallen for it before too. It's like work, and never sleep. Yes, I see the message. Keep working, work hard. But at the end of the day, if you're not well rested, your creativity is gonna slow down. Your productivity is gonna slow down. It's like, you need your sleep. If you're getting your solid 7-8 hours of sleep, I think that's gonna give you even more productivity. So you're utilizing and maximizing the time that you have to work even better. So don't fall for that, oh, only sleep 2 hours a night and always work. Because you're probably not even gonna be having the best work ethic when you are working. So I used to be like that though too. I used to sleep literally like 2.5 hours nightly, and I would drink caffeine and I would just work, but it's like I wasn't bringing enough energy to my videos. I wasn't putting enough creativity into things. Not enough sleep can impair your cognition. It can create anxiety. It can make you feel depressed. It can lead to a lot of negative things. It can cause irritability, mood swings, less motivation. Like, we don't want that. So some of my tips for getting a better night's sleep. I've struggled with insomnia probably for a couple years, but as of recently, I've finally found a set routine that's been helping me sleep and stay asleep. Like, I almost didn't have an issue falling asleep, but I always wake up like 3 hours later and I'd be up and I'd be tossing and turning. So here are my tips for a natural, better sleep. So definitely have a sleep routine. I say, if you can, wake up and go to sleep at the same time every single day. Weekends, weekdays, every day is the same for me, you guys. Every day I have the same routine. It's like Mondays are Saturdays for me. Mondays are every day. I try to keep a solid start winding down at 8:30 and I'm up at 6:30. 6:30 to 7 is my time frame of waking up. 9 to 10 is like my time of falling asleep. So what that looks like for me is I make sure I take a nice shower, get clean, put on a set of pajamas. This has like made such a big difference for me, like just having a silk set of pajamas, and it doesn't have to be expensive. I got a bunch from Amazon. I think they were like 12 bucks or 17 bucks, something like that. And I sleep in a set. It's comfortable, it's loose, I'm clean, I have lotion on. I like to use lavender at night, lavender lotion, and I like to oil my body. I just feel really calm and collected. And then I make sure my place is clean. You can't sleep. A cluttered environment is a cluttered mind. So I don't want to wake up stressing about cleaning it. So I make sure everything's cleaned up, everything's tidied up. With dinner, I'll take 2 magnesiums, and then in 30 minutes before bed, so at 8:30, I take another 2 more magnesiums. Magnesium glycinate helps me relax and sleep. Magnesium changed my life. If you are not taking magnesium right now, it's really good for you. And just be aware, it can act as a laxative. in a way. So it's like when I take it at night, it like gets me going in the morning right away, which is a great thing for me. And I also take valerian root. Valerian root is a natural remedy that's also gonna help you fall asleep and stay asleep. I've used cherry extract before. That's also a good natural remedy. I kind of stay away from melatonin just because I feel like I wake up groggy when I take it. Like, yes, it works, it knocks me out, but I don't wake up feeling energized when I take melatonin. So I kind of avoid melatonin. And then I also have a Hatch alarm clock. If you guys haven't heard of it, it makes like a red light at night and it plays like a soothing sound. I love this. I got this on Amazon. It's on my storefront, and it has a night mode and a morning mode. So the night wind down mode, it kind of plays like a slow, relaxing song, and it has this red light that beams out, and then the morning, it wakes me up gently. It's super cool. I think it's worth it. Also recently got this Aura ring. This tracks my sleep so I can see like how much REM sleep I'm getting, how much light sleep I'm getting. If I experiment different remedies and see how it affects my sleep. If caffeine affected my sleep, if I ate too close to bed, did that affect my sleep? So make sure you're getting a good night's rest. I also like to use a humidifier. I have a huge humidifier on the floor right there, and I put eucalyptus in it every night. It helps me sleep. I like to spray my bed with lavender spray. Like, I do a lot for my sleep. But I also like to have a cup of peppermint tea at night. That also just like relaxes the body, and peppermint's really good for your digestion. So yeah, focus on your sleep, y'all. My next tip is hydration. Now, if y'all saw my hygiene video, hydration plays a big part, even in how you smell. It's gonna impact your performance, how you smell, your energy levels, how your skin looks, your gut, everything. I mean, we're made up of, what, is it 80% water or something? I try to drink about 100 ounces of water a day. If your pee is dark, if you constipated and you got pebble poops, you are probably dehydrated. If you always have migraines, if you always feel irritable, if you feel fatigued, you are probably dehydrated. I wanna add that just because you're drinking a ton of water, it does not equal you're hydrated. You have to drink a lot of water, but make sure you're replenishing your mineral. When we're drinking a lot of water, we're flushing water out as well because we're peeing so much, we're sweating, and you're losing minerals with that. So get your sodium, get some mineral water, get some electrolytes. I like to start my morning with 40 ounces of this, and I always put electrolytes first thing in the morning. It wakes me up. You guys probably don't even need caffeine. You might just need a big cup of an electrolyte water. Like, I start my morning every morning. 40 ounces of this, and I try to drink 3 of these a day. So I do 1 full one of electrolytes and 2 just normal water, and it keeps me hydrated. Also, I just want to say, sometimes we mistake dehydration for hunger, so we might go eat or something, but we're really dehydrated. So make sure you're hydrated. Maybe look at what you're eating. A lot of what we're eating shows up on the outside, so we're always buying these outside creams and chemicals and potions, but it's really, we just might need to drink more water. And same with like the energy thing. Like, if you feel like you're always needing caffeine and you just don't feel good, try drinking more water and add minerals to it. My favorite electrolyte brands is Element, LMNT, Ultima, and Pique. Those are my favorite ones. Make sure when you're looking at electrolytes, make sure there's no added sugars in it. Make sure there's no additives in it, natural flavors. And getting a cute water bottle actually helps so much. I just got this like 2 weeks ago on Amazon. It's not a Stanley, y'all. This is a Bato cup. It's on my Amazon storefront. It was like, I think 20 bucks, but it's half cheaper than a Stanley, and it does the same thing. It's insulated. And for me, I don't know why, when there's a straw, it helps me drink more. Like, I've experimented with the twist ones, with these ones, but the straw, I'm always drinking it. So always have a cute water bottle that you're excited about. Spend the money, spend the 20 bucks. Don't spend you don't have to spend the 40, but spend the 20 bucks because it's gonna be worth it. Invest in yourself, invest in your health as well. Next, stress. You guys, we have to learn how to manage our stress. Your stress will mess with your cortisol levels, and that's gonna have you up and down all the time. We don't want that. Sometimes we don't even feel mentally stressed, but our body can be under stress. So make sure that you're taking things slow and looking at how you're living your life. I notice myself that I get really stressed because I'm always rushing. And with that, becoming aware of that, I've made it a point to slow down, wake up earlier so I'm not rushing to my work. work out. Give myself 30 minutes before I drive somewhere, like to be able to park, to be able to find the place so I'm not rushing and I'm not stressed, because I hate being late because it's just so disrespectful to their time. And it's like, I hate, oh, I'm so sorry, there's traffic. Girl, you've been in LA for 3 years. You should know there's traffic. You should know you have to leave the house an hour early. Like, there's no excuse anymore. So it's like, that's one thing that I knew that was probably causing me a lot of stress, was being late everywhere. So I had to take a look back at how I'm living my life. Another thing is figure out what's in your control and focus on the positive. So if we're constantly focusing on our past, if you're focusing and stressing about your past, you're not in control of that. So you're always gonna be stressed over that because you can't change it. You have no control, it can't change. So you have to learn how to let go of these things that you have no control of. So just take a look at everything in your life that you think about that consumes your mind. Do I have control over this? Can I make a change in this? If the answer is yes, then okay, what am I gonna do? Write a plan and take action. Work towards changing that. Don't stay where you don't wanna be. What you're not changing, you're choosing. Then think about the things that you have zero control over. Things like my past. Things like how this person acted towards me. Things like, oh, my right arm's longer than my left arm. You can't do anything about that. I have a mole right here. Can't do anything about that. Like, things that you can't control over, there's no point in stressing over. You gotta learn how to love it, embrace it, learn from it. Like, a way to look at a past situation, like, instead of looking at how bad it was, how did I grow from it? So that's a really good thing to avoid stress. So take accountability of what's in your control. Also, stay away from the toxic relationships, you guys. Those just cause stress, cause distraction. You don't need it in your life. It's okay to have a season of singleness, y'all, but don't be stressed out over a boy or a girl at night, not getting your sleep, not getting your hydration because you up at night wondering who they texting, why they not texting you. Don't do that. Are they worth your sleep and your body goals, your brain goals, your brand goals? Like, are they worth that? Are they really worth that? Are they really worth that? Okay, just think about that. Not everyone is going to love this, but stop drinking alcohol. Alcohol is literally poison. Like, there's no, like, if you make a pros and cons list of drinking alcohol, the cons list is going to surpass the pros list significantly. There might be, if I can think of a pro right now that someone might say in the comments, it's like, oh, it helps me be social. My argument with that is, in life, we need to learn how to become social and confident without being under the influence. So it's even gonna be even more benefit to stop the alcohol, because it's like, now you're learning how to be confident in a social setting without being under the influence. There's really no pros to it. Being sober is the best kept secret, and it's like, if you ask anyone who was an alcoholic in their past and they became sober, or they didn't even have to be alcoholic, or they just started being sober, you have never met someone who regrets going sober. I have never seen anyone say, dang, I really don't want to be sober. I don't see any benefits. I wish I never would have made that decision. I'm gonna go drink again. No one will ever say that. And if you're young and you're watching this, or any age, if you haven't started drinking, don't start. Don't feel pressured. If you have friends that are pressuring you to drink, and that's the only way you guys can have fun and go out, then you need to reevaluate the people that you're hanging around. Because like I said in my other videos, you want to hang around people who are smarter than you, better than you, more mature than you, doing better than you, have goals for themselves, who are obsessed with self-improvement. And a lot of those people are not going to be getting drunk all the time. Maybe sometimes, moderation, whatever. I think you should just completely cut it out. Like, if you're serious about your health, I say completely cut out alcohol. That's just my advice. My next tip is to stop having sex, casual sex. Another controversial one, I think that casual sex is not good for anybody. I mean, some people might argue that it's giving them practice, or they just have fun with it, they're not emotionally attached to it, whatever it is, they're exploring their body. But I think that casual hookup culture is extremely negative and toxic, especially to women, just because I want you guys to have a mindset of, my body is too valuable to be giving up casually. You need to implement that mindset into you, because there's a lot of times, and I really don't want anyone to go through this. If you're young watching this, if your mom's ever told you, wait to have sex, don't give it to anybody, it's really true. There is actually a chemical. There's a chemical release when a woman has sex, and it's a bonding. It's also called the love hormone. It's called oxytocin and prolactin. You are releasing these chemicals, and it makes you feel bonded to that person. It makes you feel more attached to that person. Your thinking is impaired, your clarity is impaired, and now if that person is not the person for you or who God has for you, now you are naturally gonna be inclined to be attached to them and put up with more BS. You're putting down your boundaries for them because you feel so attached to them. You're mistaking this attachment for love, and now you're putting up with things that you should not be putting up with simply because you guys had sex and you release those chemicals that you have no control over. So you wanna be really careful with who you allow to bond yourself with. You don't wanna be in a situation where someone's treating you bad, they're belittling you, they know that you're wrapped around their finger, and they're taking advantage of that because you guys had sex and you're so attached. And now you're getting hurt, you're questioning your worth, you're questioning why this person's treating you this way, but you're so attached to them, you can't let go. It's simply because we released this love hormone and you feel attached. It's not true that you're in love with that person all the time. Like, there's a reason why we should wait to have sex. Like, there's a reason why that's protecting your peace. Like, in the moment it might feel good, but that's why you have to practice delayed gratitude. It's like sacrificing the gratification right now for a long-term success, a long-term happiness, long-term peace. That's what you have to sacrifice in the moment. And how this relates to your health and wellness journey is it's affecting your mental state. If your mental's not right, you're not going to be able to put forth in everything in your life, your friendships, your workouts, your consistency, because if your mindset's in the wrong place, if your mindset's cluttered or it's focused on this person treating you wrong, it's going to affect your mental health. So I just think that to be more careful with who you're having sex with, and don't just let anybody in. And men too, this goes for the men too. Like, don't just be having sex left and right. And just because it's normalized, you do not have to fall into that category. A lot of bad things are normalized. Like, think about it. America has a lot of bad normalized things. But you can simply just tie that to a lot of people just don't want to deal with discipline. A lot of people just don't have discipline. And that's unfortunately something that's not very easy, and we like the easy routes. A lot of people like the easy routes, and it's gonna be tough. So, but you have to do it for your future peace. You have to love you so much that you're willing to sacrifice this normalized thing for your future peace. No one has ever regretted abstaining from sex. Same with alcohol. They may have regretted, getting that instant gratification. You ever ask a married couple who waited for sex? None of them will ever say that they regretted it. I'm not even putting it out there for religious reasons, or I'm not even saying that you have to wait till marriage, but wait until there's some form of commitment. That's my advice, especially for my younger girls. If you are saving your sacredness, keep saving it. Save it for someone who truly deserves it. And no, let me answer this. The boy will not like you more because you had sex with him. Having sex with a boy is not gonna make him like you. If that's your mindset right now and you're young, don't think like that. Don't think like that. A man that really loves you and loves your character, sex won't even have to be in the picture. Just putting that out there. And there's men out there that are willing to get to know you without having sex. Promise you. I promise you. I know there's a lot of bad people out there, but there's still good people. Trust me. Trust me. I'm looking at y'all in your eyes. Trust me. Okay, next one. Oh, lastly, let me just not even forget to add AIDS, crabs, HIV. Do y'all not be thinking about that? Do y'all not be thinking, even if they just licking down there and getting a little lick, and they got herpes on their mouth, it can get on your, I'm just saying. Health is wealth, y'all. And once you get that, you get AIDS, you stuck. You stuck. HIV, you stuck. So be careful, y'all. Y'all don't know where these people been. All right, next one, poop more. Your body needs to get rid of the toxins. My advice is taking a magnesium supplement. I already said this in the beginning. It's great for sleep and it helps you go. And also add more fiber to your diet. When I added a little bit more fiber, not too much. If I add too much, I get constipated. But add fiber, stay hydrated, take magnesium. That's gonna help you get going. Because you wanna release the toxins. If you have all these toxins built up, things aren't gonna metabolize properly and it's just gonna hinder your success. So make sure you're pooping. You should be pooping at least every day. And if you need a little bit extra help, coffee helps in the morning, or warm lemon water right when you wake up. Or if you do warm lemon water, just put some chia seeds in it. That can also make you go right away. Next is watching your sugar. This kind of goes with nutrition, like watching artificial sugars and the drinks. You guys, sometimes we don't even realize how much sugar is in drinks. We should have a max of 25 grams of sugar a day. In some of like these Starbucks drinks or like these juices, things we buy, things that a lot of people just drink up and think nothing about it, it will have like 70 to 80 grams of sugar. That's a lot. And things will look healthy on the outside, but they add so much sugar to it. And sugar is like, added sugar is like also one of those things that's like, there's no benefits of it. There's no benefits of added sugar. Unless it's like natural, like I believe natural sugar is okay to an extent, like maple syrup, honey, but watch out for that. And also like diet sodas, the artificial sugars. You guys, your brain, when you're consuming artificial sugars, your brain is receiving that it got sugar, but it's confused because it didn't get the satisfaction of the sugar. So it just leads to you craving more. I know there's lots of contradicting opinions on artificial sugars and diet sodas, but I think just drink water and electrolyte water and pressed juice, natural juice, if you want that. I don't really opt for juicing just because it's very sugary without the fiber. Like if I'm drinking something other than water, it's usually a Spindrift. Spindrift's really good because it's just carbonated water and like lemon or grapefruit, like real fruit juice, or I'll drink electrolyte water or just water. That's usually the things that I drink. My next tip is strength training. So now we're into movement. I used to be scared of strength training, especially as a woman. If you're out there and you're avoiding strength training because you're like, oh, I don't want to get buff, I want to stay skinny and slim. You can be skinny and slim and toned. Like usually when people have like a mood board of what their body wants, what they, their body goals are, it's usually like a toned model or something. And those models are doing strength training. Believe it or not, if you want your muscles to show, you have to have some muscle, y'all. Like doing a bunch of cardio, yes, you're gonna get a smaller frame, but you're gonna be skinny fat. You're gonna be pretty flabby and just like no muscle. And you're also decreasing your metabolism because you have a smaller frame, but you don't have more muscle. And muscle is what burns more calories throughout the day. So if you have more muscle, you're elevating your metabolism so you can eat more calories, and you're burning more calories throughout the day. Muscle burns calories throughout the day, even when you're just doing nothing. So strength training at least 3 times a week, I'd say, is really good, 3 to 4 times. It doesn't have to be like super heavy weightlifting and eating 200 grams of protein. That's gonna make you buff. That's gonna make you look like a linebacker. But I'm just talking like pick some muscle groups. Just go get some 15-pound weights, do some squats, do some lunges. Go in your apps note, or if you're super beginner, go on YouTube. There's plenty of YouTube videos. Look up back and leg workout or butt and leg workout, butt and hamstring, arms, triceps. Just make sure you're working out all of your body. You're pushing yourself, you're challenging yourself. You don't have to overdo it, but make sure you're strength training. You're protecting your joints. You're creating muscle around your joints and your bones. Like, it's gonna be good for longevity. It's good for your mental health. Like, I don't know if you guys know, like runner's high, or like when you're lifting, you get like this high, you release a chemical, and it's like, you just feel so good the rest of the day. So definitely implement strength training. Get an accountability partner. Have a friend that you work out with, and make sure you are eating your protein though. Like, if you wanna build muscle, you do have to have an adequate amount of protein, but you don't have to be like 200 grams. A good baseline is to do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 140 pounds, 140 grams, 130 pounds, 130 grams. You wanna be active and walking around, moving, cleaning, whatever it is, be active throughout the day. So I would just start with a goal of aiming for 8 to 10K steps a day. That's a great baseline. And making more activities in your life surrounding an active activity. Hanging out with your friends, go to a workout class, go on a hike instead of going at a sit-down restaurant. If you guys are just going to socialize and talk and catch up and gossip about, you know, your boys or whatever it is, do it while you're hiking. Do it while you're cooking a healthy meal together. Implement more active lifestyle activities in your life. Try podcasts over music. That keeps me super motivated. Like whenever I'm working out, I like to do a podcast over my music. I like to listen about nutrition. I like to listen about updated statistics. I like to listen to just Eric Thomas motivational speeches of them yelling at me like, you better get to it. You keep going. The longer you wait, the longer you go away. Do you really want it bad? How bad do you want it? Like sometimes that is much more motivating than Drake. Like I've listened to my playlist a million times. I don't touch my music when I work out. Podcasts help so much. I also listen to podcasts when I wake up, when I'm driving. Like I'm constantly intaking positive, informing information. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly challenging my mind. Critical thinking, like all the time. It's always for self-improvement. Always, always, always. Get better every day. My next one is set measurable goals. Like have specific goals. If we're just like in the air, like we can't really make a plan and take action because there's no measurable goals. So I'm saying like be specific. Like I want to have this amount of body fat by this day. I want to be working out this many times every week. I want to be putting in this much work every week. I want to be doing this muscle group. Like have measurable goals and have dates. So it's like when you reach that day, it's like, okay, now I can reflect. What did I do wrong? How am I gonna move forward? Was I not consistent enough? Was I not sleeping enough? Like have measurable goals so you have something to work towards. If it's just in the air, you're setting yourself up for a lack of consistency. Hold yourself accountable and make it fun. Go to a dance class, go bike riding with your friends, play basketball, whatever it is. Don't kill yourself in the gym all the time. I rarely go to the gym. Like I prefer going to classes or even just watching a YouTube video, whatever it is. Like I'm rarely just in a gym. I like to make it fun. I used to love to run on the treadmill and do the Stairmaster, but that's so boring to me now. And if that's all you have, then that's all you have. But it's like we make it fun, make it exciting somehow. That's like a really good secret. But that is gonna wrap up my health and wealth journey. I'm so proud of you if you watched this whole video. Like that shows how serious you are about getting your health up. And just remember, health is wealth, you guys. So take these tips, let me know if you want any more tips, and really focus on your mental health. Let go and let God, and stop the casual sex. Stop remaining in relationships that are not serving you, that's not treating you right. Like get out of that. Do it for you, do it for future you. You want peace, you want good energy, you want good productivity, creativity. So I'm really rooting for you guys, and you should be rooting for yourself too. I hope you feel pumped up about this. I hope you took your notes. I hope you have an action plan that you're gonna take, and I love you guys so much. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn that ringer on. Let me know in the comments your favorite part, what you're gonna change, what your resolutions are. Thank you again for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Make sure you check me out on TikTok, ali.renee1, and Instagram. I will have the links under this video for the sleep supplements and the water bottle, all the things I talked about in this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!